So today let us start with the Java generics. So what are Java generics? Java generic is a class which can accommodate your all type of data objects, all type of class objects, and those are of generic type. Generic type in the sense you have got integers, you have got characters, all the 8 data types of all 8 data type classes object can be accommodated in Java generic. So what is Java generic? Java generic is a class which can accommodate all kind of objects, which are being used in your Java. So you can we can go through of this definition as well. Java generic enables us to generalize a class and a Java system that allows a type or method to operate on objects of various types while providing compile type safety. Compile type safety means when you are compiling your program, at that time you will have to match the type of data that is being used in your program and with the class. So here Java generic is providing you that safety that error will not come. Otherwise what will happen if you are using integer data type and other side you are using byte data type, you won't be able to run those programs. So you will have to either do typecasting. So here it is automatically doing that. So there will be no typecasting error. Now next comes out why generics. So firstly it is clear what are Java generic. Again I'll say Java generics are the classes which can accommodate your all data types object, because you have got classes, 8 data types we have, so there are 8 classes. So their object can be accommodated in a single class. So Java generic, what is Java generic? Java generic is a template class which can accommodate all 8 type of objects. So with the compile time safety. Then why generic? Generic is actually again as I said, the aim of generic is to make a class and use it for everything with the following features. The first one is type safety. Second one is typecasting is also not required. And third, checking of syntax at compile time that protects at runtime. That means let us suppose if anything is going wrong at compile time, you can remove those errors and then can make your program running smoothly at runtime. Got it? So Java generic, this is the reason why we are using Java generic. The next comes out, what is a generic class? A generic class is that can refer to, again as I said, so similarly the same definition has come up here also. A generic class can be defined with T keyword. T is a keyword that can be used to define a generic class. So a generic class is that class that can refer to any type of object is known as generic class, and this is all the time denoted by capital T. Now how do we do that? Here we have written class myGenT and then T obj, then void T obj. What I have done here, I have created object of the template class. Template class is a generic class. So here I have created object of the template class and I have created one method also, and that method is add T type of object has been created in the method. So add method is accepting one argument which is of template type, which is of generic type. Then if it is of generic type, this object, then this object which you have passed can be assigned to your class object. Obj here is a data member. It is a data member and it is a parameter. Now when it is being passed, this obj1 is being passed to obj, that means this has been initialized by this, whatsoever value you are passing. Now here is, this is add method is working as a setter method, setter, and this is tGet is another method which is returning you t-type object, t-type object. Obj is a t-type object, so it is a getter method. Getter and setter, two methods have been used this. So here t is a parameter that can be that can refer to any type of your class object, as we have got 8 type of classes in the Java, 8 type of data types, so 8 type of classes. Then what are the generic methods? We have got generic methods are the methods which can accept any data, any class data type, any class type object. Generic method, generic here it was a generic method because it can accept any class object. Then how does generic work in Java? How does it work? Generic code ensures type safety. As I said, why we are using Java generic. Java generic is being used for, first one is type safety, and you can save your typecasting requirements. There will be no need for typecasting, and as well as if any error is there at the compile time, you can check that out. Then after that, what is type eraser in Java generics? We are again talking about the same thing. Type erasure means there is no need to do conversion, anything. I mean, no typing kind of changes are required, as we are using a generic class. So whenever we are using generic class, means acceptable all kind of objects, that means here we need not to do typecasting in simple. So type erasure, how it works? Generics in Java was added to provide type checking at compile time. Type checking at compile time means freely will run at the runtime, and it has no use at runtime. So Java compiler uses type erasure features to remove all the generic type checking code in bytecode and insert type casting if necessary. So what does that mean actually? See, if everything has been well set at the compile time, so you need not to do any kind of typecasting or any kind of conversion of data at runtime. So that means you will be able to maintain speed of or performance of your program, right? So Java generic erases type erasers. Type erasers, so means there will be nothing will be created at runtime, and it will be using whatsoever that has been done at compile time. So no time will be wasted even that one. Again, see this point, read this. Type erasure ensures that no new class are created for parameterized types. Consequently, generic incurs no runtime overheads. So that means even as far as memory even is concerned, so whatever has been utilized at the compile time, the same will be used at the runtime as well, because as we know everything has been set at the compile time. So now here is a code for your Java generic class. So Java generic class test is a generic class. In this we are declaring a class as public class test. Then the class is accepting one argument t, and it is extending what? Comparable. Comparable is a class, and that is also accepting one, comparable is also accepting one generic type object. This again, this will be accepting a generic type object. Here your class which you are creating as a user customized class, this class is also accepting a generic type object. So now when we have declared this, what we are trying to do here, we are writing a private t data type, and then here private t type, the data member has been defined as private t data. So here the access specifier has been used private, so it will not be accessible outside, and the type is your again generic type, class type, that is t, and data has been defined as a variable of this type. So then in the private test t next, then again you are defining one object that is next, and that is of type of class, test type class is it is. So it means this is accepting the first one is generic type object, and second one is this class type object. This class type means test type. So here what you are doing, you are trying to pass in the test constructor. This is a constructor of this class because it is having same name as class name. Then you are passing two parameters to this. One is of t type, another one is test type object. I mean this little more extensive. So here the n is of test type object. So now when you are initializing your data and your next, you will be getting values as a parameter from here, and then you will be initializing these two. Once you have initialized, so this is working as your setter method, and this one is working here as a getter method. Means it is returning whatsoever data you have fed in. Okay, clear? Similarly, the same thing has been done in this one also. Now here is a simple program for this. You need to understand this program very clearly, please. Java Generic does not have too many programs, but as far as understanding of this concern, this program can be very useful. Question number 7. So now in this one, see what we are trying to do. We are trying to create a generic class, and that class is person, and it is accepting one argument, that is t type. So it means this class has become generic class. If you do not define the t, then it will not be generic class, please keep in mind. So here t has been defined, and that person class has become now generic class. Then in the next one we are defining, we are declaring one variable that is of capital T type. Means this t is again of what type? It is again generic type or template type. You can say generic or template. So now we are using this. What we will be doing, we will be trying to initialize this. So we want to initialize, so again we will pass parameter in our setter method, and in the getter method we will return it. Now important is, come down, public static void main is the main method of this class, every class in Java. So now what we are trying to do, we have created an object of person, but what we have taken as a generic class, that generic class is an integer. So integer, so when we have written this, that means we are creating an object of this person type, and this person type, for this person type as a generic object. Generic means that will be integer object, and this object is created with the new person integer object created, and another one we are creating string type. So that means the T class is able to accept both the arguments. One is integer, another one is string. So now come down to that. P dot add new integer 10. That means we are passing an argument of what type? T type. When we have passed an argument of T type, that means this T1 will be having 10, and this 10 will be initialized, will be assigned to this dot T. So 10, when 10 has been assigned to this, that means this T has become 10, and this is returning 10. Now once this has been done, in the next one we are trying to pass it hello my friend, or some string has been passed. So when the string has been passed, that means again here you are initializing what T1 has been initialized with, T1 has been initialized with hello my friend, and this hello my friend is being assigned to this dot T. So this means again T is having now another value, but in the first one it was integer type, second one it is of string type. So now if you print it, then what you will get? P dot get as dot get. So it means your program is capable of handling both the things, means integer and string both. So like this you can get accepted all other data types. In the same here also, this is clear, this one? Yes. Absolutely. Yes. If you want, you can note it down please, because okay, fine. Now after that, write a generic program for 2 parameters. This time what I did, in this program I had only one parameter, and that is of T type. but this time what we are trying to do, we are trying to accept two parameters, and again those are of MyGen. Though MyGen is having two parameters, and it is becoming your generic class when, because this is accepting all your parameters inside the the tags, inside the tag. So U and V type has become a generic class, and this MyGen is a generic class and accepting two objects U and V, and U and V, here we have initialized two variables for that. One is U type, another one is V type. Now again coming down to MyGen constructor. In the constructor we are passing two parameters, and these are being initialized by length and breadth. Now in the get LX, the first one we are returning LX value. In the get VX we are returning VX value. Another value has been come up. Now when we are printing down to it with the help of print type, then we are calling LX.getClass, BX.getClass name, and then get name. So when we are passing these two parameters, and then these are being passed to your these two parameters, one with accepting your get class, another one is accepting your get name. Now next come down to your public static void main. When you are coming down to this string.integer, so in this one what we are trying to convey with the help of this MyGen is, what is MyGen? MyGen is my class. This is a generic class. This class is accepting two parameters. When it is accepting two parameters, come down to here in the public static void main. See what we are trying to do. We have created this, we have used this class, and we are accepting two different arguments. One is a string argument, another one is a integer argument, and object of this one has been created a single one. So that means this OB is capable of handling multiple objects. So it may be even 8 objects, 8 type of objects that can be starting from byte, character, integer, double, float, boolean, all can be accepted. So in a single, just one single line can accept all type of data types, and this object can be can accept all the values for as per the defined arguments. Here string and integer, we are passing argument values. First one is string and second one is integer. So that means it means this single OB can be used for OB.getLX. When you will do, it will be reaching here. That means breadth has, LX has been used, is the it's breadth, and when another one is being used, that can be accepting as a string. So now in this one what we can do here, now getLX is getting length, BX is printing your breadth. So when this has been done, you can call this method. Which method? This method is print type. So it means here both the things will be printed. But keep in mind one thing, when you are accessing this get name, it cannot be accessed directly. What you will have to do in that case, you will have to use get class. So what is get class? Get class is a method of your Java generic, Java language. Okay, Java language is using that one. So now inside, when it has been done, then you can do the same thing for other one. In this case, what we are trying to do, we have just interchanged variables, interchanged parameters. We have interchanged parameters. The first one is accepting integer value, another one is accepting string value. In the earlier case, what we did? String and integer. So this is a very nice, feature of this one Java generic. Whatever parameter you are passing, as per those parameters, it will be accepting your inputs, and if it is matching, it will be running your program. But if anyhow it's not matching, then there can be the ambiguity of your displaying your values, informations. So when you are coming down to this will be running and this will be printing that. But see, in the first one it is OB object, in the second one OB1 object. Okay, so like this your program is next one. So we can move to next, that is print an array using Java generics. So again, see here what we are doing, we are trying to print an integer array, array of double type of array, then it is character type array. So what is that? That means we are making a program or Java generic class which will be able to accept all type of your data types. That data type is integer, double, or character. So see this program and try to go through. Public class my array printing is the main, and in this one what we are trying to do, public static e print array. Then again what we are trying to do, this has been with this is a again generic class. So when you have taken generic class, what you are doing here, see, it is static type first, public static, and then name of array is this, name of function is print array. And what you are accepting, you are accepting a generic type array, and name of that one is an input array. Again see, static is of what type? Generic type. And this public, this is static. Firstly, the method access specifier has been used as a public, and your storage type, class type has been function type has been static, and this is print array is the name, returning is e type, and then this array is accepting generic type array, and then name of the array is input array. Clear all this? Now when you are coming down to display array elements, then what we are trying to do for e element input array. For e element input array means this is starting with the, as we do in the normal for loop. For each loop, what we do, we take a variable I, and that moves starting from the beginning element to till last element. So similarly, this generic element will move from here to the input array, to the last element. Then what we are trying to do, we are system.out.println, this is a substring, and this substring what we are trying to put, this element, whatever value is in the array, that one by one will be printed. One by one, the first element, second element, third element, and that will be printed, that will be converted into string, as the formatting will be in the string, and then you can move to the next line. So now come down here. So you have three arrays: integer, double, character, int array, double array, char array, and these has been initialized, and initialized. Now once that has been initialized, come down your system.out.println. And the system.out.println array integer array contains print array, int array, print array, double array, print array, char array. This is int array, this is double array, this is char array, means all are being printed. And once that has been printed, that means the output will be coming 1 2 3 4 5 1 1 and hello, like that. Clear? So similarly we can have here also another one, and as per using Java generic, we can do with the same classes as well. Here what we did with the array, and similarly we can do it with the classes also. So come down here and try to define your class variables: integer, int var, character, char var, and double. So you are statically defining them, okay. It is of integer type, it is of character type, it is of double type. Same thing you are doing again, and you are printing this. Now similarly here if we come down to write a program to find greater of two numbers, then what we will be doing in this case, we will be picking out public static has been used, and this is of again generic type. So when generic type, that means it is going to accept anything. In this here again, public class greater is your class, class you have defined. We are defining here t type, again generic type t, variable t. What we can say it's an object of this, okay. It is, if in normal student s, if we write, that means student s has been created. S is an object of student type, and that is of static type, because see, whenever you will be using dynamic type, you will have to use new keyword. So here that means we have defined t type of t. Then public static t, that means again this function, maximum function, is going to return you t type of object. And what it is accepting, it is accepting two parameters, x and y, and those are again of generic type. Then it means it is what you can do, you can compare these, x and y. How? This dot t will be accepting the x and y, because you know these are of again generic type. So first you will compare, and whichever is greater you can accept, you can assign that to t, this dot t. So when that has been assigned, then you can come down here, you can do again assign values, you can call it. So it will be printing whatever is being returned, means this dot t will be returned and that will be printed. So like this your Java generic class. Till here for today we can do all this. In the next one we can do this, one small part will be left out, so you can go ahead with that one. So here I think we can over it here, and then we will see in the next class, please. Thank you.